Hello and welcome to my kitchen. My name is Sherry and today is Wacky Wednesday. We are going to be making some Tijuana ice cream. But before I get started, if this is your first time here, you love food, you love fun, you love ice cream, but more importantly, you love helping out a good cause, make sure to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, and be sure to check the description below for the details on how subscribing helps to feed the hungry. All right, I don't remember where I ran across this recipe, but I do know as soon as I saw it, I was like, this is a recipe for me. Anytime I can get something sweet and hot, sweet and spicy, sweet and salty, sold. Sign me up. So this recipe has fruit cocktail, it has jalapeno, and it has tequila in it. So I was like, we get something sweet, a little bit spicy, and we get to put booze in it. This is right up my alley. All right, so I have not made this before. I'm excited to see what happens here. So I have a can of, doesn't look like a full can, but it is, of fruit cocktail. I just made sure that I drained it really well. So I used a cloth and just squeezed out all the liquid. And I also bought the fruit cocktail that had the extra cherries in it. All right, and then I have one jalapeno here. It was a really large one, so 1 to 2 jalapenos, seeded and chopped. I think I lost some on the floor there. And then 2 tablespoons. I don't have my tablespoon, but I have this. So 3 teaspoons equal a tablespoon. We need 2 tablespoons of tequila. It's a little early in the morning. Otherwise, I would finish that off. All right, so we're going to stir this together. And then, whoo, that smells strong. I'm excited about this, but I'm not quite sure how this is going to taste. So I'm just going to cover this up and set this aside. We'll work on the creamy part. So I've got 1.5 cups of half and half. Now, you could do this like a custard. You could add a couple eggs to this and do it with the heavy whipping cream. You could also do this with milk, but I'm going to use half and half today. So half and a half, and then I've got a 1/2 cup of Splenda. And this is just what this particular recipe called for. And I believe Splenda is pretty much cup for cup. So if you want to substitute, with a different sweetener, make sure that you adjust the measurements. But if you do sugar, it should be cup for cup. All right, so I'm going to stir this together. All right, it calls for a teaspoon of vanilla. So I'm going to do 2 teaspoons of vanilla. And then it didn't call for it, but I thought it needed it simply because the jalapeno and the tequila, it kind of put me to mind of a margarita, and you put salt on a margarita glass. And anytime I do something like sweet and salty, spicy and sweet, whatever, I always have a little bit of salt in there. So I'm just going to do a pinch. And I don't know, like scientifically speaking, if that's going to hurt the ice cream. We'll see. I just now got to looking at the way that it dissolved in there. I thought, uh-oh. Hopefully it doesn't have like some kind of adverse reaction in here. Okay, so this is going to go in the fridge. And then we're going to grab our ice cream maker here. Pour this in. So this is my Pampered Chef ice cream maker. I love this thing. It does ice cream in like 30 minutes. All right, so we're just going to place this over the top. Turn it on, and we're going to let this churn for about 20 minutes. All right, so the first part of the churning process is done, but I got to be honest, I'm not sure when I put that salt in here. It dawned on me. It dawned on me that salt's what you put down in the wintertime to make the ice melt, so I don't know. It looks, well, it's a little bit, I don't know, it's pretty liquidy. I don't know. Because I've never had a problem making ice cream in here in 30 minutes. It looked like it thickened up a bit, but I don't know. All right, so we're going to go ahead and add in our fruit and stuff. Boy, you can smell the liquor. All right, so I'm going to put this back on and let it churn for another 10 minutes. All right, so our ice cream has been churning about 40 minutes, which is the maximum amount of time that our ice cream maker will churn. So at this stage, usually it's like soft set, and then I pour it into these freezer containers so that it really firms up. But unfortunately, I'm afraid, it did firm up a little. I'm afraid because I put that salt in there that it just did not do what it was supposed to do. So I'm just going to go ahead and pour it in here. You can see it set up a little bit, but not like it was supposed to. So we're going to pour it in there, put our lid on, and then I'm going to let this sit in the freezer for about 4 hours, and we'll see what happens. All right, time for the big reveal. Let's see what we got here. I can get the lid off. Well, I can tell it did firm up quite a bit. Oh, not too bad. Again, I think I ruined it with the salt, but I think right now it almost reminds me of like a sherbet, but let's see what it tastes like. Mmm. That was my new favorite ice cream. This would be so good served with, if you've ever taken the flour tortillas and you cut them into little triangles and you make your own homemade chips and put cinnamon and sugar on them. This on top of those chips with a little bit of whipped cream. And I think next time I might use like heavy whipping cream instead. It'd be a little bit creamier. But that is really good. I don't even know how to describe it. It's sweet, but you still get the pepper in there. But I don't even know that you would recognize it as a pepper. I mean, I would, but anyway, give it a try. Give it a try. Let me see what you guys think about it. Anyway, I thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time. Bye.